Uh, Hello guys, welcome back to LT Education. So in our previous video, we have defined the deduction rule. Now we will be defining the absence rule. Now we will be defining the counting rule for our absence type, annual leave absence type. Okay. So first of all, what we will do, basically we are doing the settings for our employees. Okay, who will be able to utilize these absence type. Okay. So if I open the employee. Okay. This is my employee. Okay. So what is counting rule? Basically, it is used to define how our absence will be counted. Okay. For example, we don't want to count the absence when the employee is on a off day. Okay. So for example, in IT company, generally we follows on Saturday, Sunday, we have a day off. Okay. So if the employee is applying the absence from 5 to 9th, we don't want these 6th and 7th day of leave will be counted for the employee. Okay. So for example, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we don't want these Saturday, Sunday, they already have a weekend off. So we don't want these absences to be included in their absence quota deduction. Okay. So which days will be counted? For example, we want the Friday, Monday, and Tuesday to be counted. Okay. So we don't want the absence to be counted when taken on the day off. Okay. So for example, this is our employee. Okay. And he is following this work schedule roster 10 HR. Okay. So we have already defined the work schedule rule in our previous video. So let me open the work schedule. Okay. So this is the work schedule 10 HR and this is the period work schedule 10 HR. Okay. If I open the period work schedule 10 HR. Okay. Is it 10 HR? Yeah. Okay. And in this you can see this period work schedule is defined for 1 week and there is a off of 3 days, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So in these days, if the employee take the leave, then absence will be counted. Okay. So for example, this week start from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. And if the employee applies leave from 3 to 6, okay. So the absence will be counted for the third and fourth day. Okay. For example, Tuesday and Wednesday. And on these date 5 and 6, the employee is already on off. So we don't want this absence to be counted. Okay. So in this case, according to this, we will be defining our mm, counting rule. Okay. So let me go to SPRO. We'll go to SAP reference IMG. Then time management. Then we have time data recording administration under absences, absence catalog. Okay. Under absence catalog, we will go to absence counting. Okay, when we want our absence counting, how we want the absence to be counted. So there you can see there is defined counting classes for the period workflow. So it needs to be set up, okay, because it will be utilized under our counting rule. Okay. Uh, so define counting class for the period work schedule. So for our employee, the personal areas and sub areas are New York and Manhattan. Okay. So if I open this, the grouping, we are doing our settings based on US. Okay. And period work schedule is uh, this one, 10 HR. Okay. So you may get confused if you don't have an idea on the work schedule. So I will suggest you to go through the classes where I have set up the work schedule. Okay, you can go through the videos and you can uh, study that, and then you will get a proper idea of this video. Okay, so uh, what is my period work schedule? That is 10 HR. Okay, so if I open the 10 HR, so in my period work schedule, I have already previous videos, I have already set up the counting class as one. Okay, for one of my period work schedule. Okay, you can set up as any value, but here we have set up as one. Okay, how to set up? Just open your period work schedule and you can give the counting class as any random value. In this case, I am giving it as one. Okay, now I will click on save. Okay, period for my period work schedule, I have set up as the counting class as one. Okay, if you want to see the table, click on Control P. Table is or the view is B underscore T551C. Okay, now we'll go to the next part. Rules for absence counting, new. Then we'll go to define counting rules. Okay, so here I'll be setting up a new counting rule for my class. For my absence type annually. I will click on new entry. ESC we have already defined for these kind of employees as one who are sitting in the employee group 1 and U1, the subgroup U1. PSC we have already set up as 10. Counting rule I can give any random value. Okay, but I need to remember this value, counting value. Annual leave counting rule. If there is already an existing value related to these settings, like with these setting, system will be giving me an error. The value exists. Okay. So conditions for current day when I want my absence to be counted. So I want my absence to be counted on any day. Okay. Because it depends on the schedule of the employee. Okay. So maybe he's working on Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. In some case, the employee may be working on one day and Wednesday. It depends on the period work schedule. Okay. Holiday class I have already defined in my previous video. So I only want my absence to be counted when there is not a public holiday. If the employee is already on a public holiday, then I don't my absence to be counted. Okay, the absence to be counted for the employee. Day type is also it should work according to the work schedule. Okay, whatever the day type is set up as my work schedule on that day, uh, the absence to be counted. Okay. Next one. Condition for work schedule. Okay. Counting class for period work schedule. Okay. So here I will be selecting as one. I already defined my previous step that whenever the period work schedule of the employee has a counting class one, then only the absence to be counted. If there is a counting class is zero or anything else, the absence do not needs to be counted. Similarly, daily work schedule class, I'm also setting up as one. If you can see the daily work schedule class, okay. This daily work schedule is allocated to my period work schedule 10HS and the daily work schedule class is 1. Okay. So in that case only, if these conditions matches, then only my absence to be counted. Okay. Planned work hour should be either 0 or planned work hour should be greater than 0. Okay. Condition for absence attendance. If the employee is taking a full day leave, then only the absence to be counted. Or if we are doing the setting like if the employees are half day leave, then also the absence to be counted. Okay. So in this case, I'm only taking as a full day leave, and in only when the planned working hour is greater than 0. For example, on some day the employee is not working, basically on the day off or a free day. Okay. So in this case, we see period work schedule. Okay, so this is a free day. So in this day, the employee will not be working and the employee will not having any planned working hours. So in that case, I don't want my absence to be counted. Okay. So when the employee is applying a full day, how many days needs to be deducted? So in some cases, we can define like if the employees take a full day of leave, then only the 0.5 of quota to be deducted for the employee. But generally, if the employee takes full day leave, then a full day needs to be counted. Okay. Then here comes the absence quota within entitlement. So basically here we will be defining our selecting our deduction rule. Okay. Uh, so what was the deduction rule I have defined? That is this one, annual leave quota deduction rule. Okay. So when I click on save, the link between the uh, absence type, annual leave absence type, and annual leave quota will be set up. Okay, so let me go to the Excel again. So in this case, what I did, I have defined my absence type, I have defined my absence quota. After that, in order to set up a relation between absence and absence quota, I have created a deduction rule for my absence quota. Basically, it defines how much quota will be deducted. Okay, and how the quota will be deducted, absence quota will be deducted. So I have defined the deduction rule. Okay. For absence type, I have defined the counting rule, and this counting rule I am assigning this deduction rule. Okay, so they all got linked with each other. So deduction rule is also assigned to counting rule, and this deduction rule is also assigned to absence quota. Okay, so basically, cycle is going like this: absence quota, deduction rule, how the absence quota will be deducted, and this deduction rule will be assigned to counting rule, and this counting rule will be assigned to absence. Okay, so that's how the relationship has been set up between annual leave and annual leave quota. I will click on save, and our entry already exists with the same. So I will give some another number. uh, Let me give the sequencer number as 02. Okay, so I've given the sequencer number as 002. Okay, now I will click on save. So it has set up my counting rule for my absence type. If I see the table is T556C. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Have a great day ahead.